from Ash and Anvil in Gardner, Kansas, it's Bourbon Bros KC.
Hey, Bourbon Bros KC here, and as you just heard, we're out at Ash and Anvil tonight. So
We're here.
We are here. So, gentlemen, how are you?
Doing great.
Yeah,
Doing great.
doing good.
Excited
So,
about tonight.
yeah, we are excited. So, in fact, tonight we're actually doing. Give me a bottle up there
Yeah.
if you wouldn't mind, or you show a bottle, right?
Yeah, sure enough.
We're doing the 10th.
I don't know if that's in focus or not, but
We're doing the 10th Mountain Whiskey Bourbon. At somewhere by Vail, Colorado. And there's a
Vail.
It is in Vail.
It is in Vail.
Yeah, it's in Vail.
So welcome. Thanks for joining. And actually, we have 10th Mountain Whiskey is actually they're on tonight. So
with us.
Why don't you give us a name, right? So we're going to refer to you when there's any questions or concerns. There's Tanner. Tanner, welcome.
What's up, Tanner?
Glad you're on. So,
Yeah.
and give us your so we can refer back to you. You know, if we make a mistake, let us know, right?
Yeah.
So, no. So
Ryan Thompson.
Oh, Ryan's on.
Nice.
Oh, Ryan.
Wow.
So Ryan's the CEO of 10th Mountain Whiskey and Bourbon, and we spoke with him, and we're excited to be doing this and pushing this.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Anyone that is on here so far, we would really appreciate if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel, please. But at the same point, 10th Mountain Whiskey has a YouTube, and I know they're looking to grow as they grow as a distiller. So we would appreciate if you would follow and subscribe to them. In fact, we have some for online. We have a couple giveaways that they've sent us for you all to enjoy. So that'll be later closer, so we can try to keep people in. Right.
Right.
All right. So
hey, we got a couple comments on our cool intro. Can you tell us about that intro?
yeah, absolutely. So Jason the Voice. If you look up Jason the Voice, he does. I mean, he's all over. If you watch TV, he is on. He does. I think he does Chevy.
Mm-hmm.
I know we talking. He does a Monster commercial. He does commercials for everything. So his name's Jason Flynn. If you go look him up, and he does a lot. He's got a lot on YouTube. That his voice is amazing. If you heard at the beginning, he's got an amazing voice, and he did some voiceovers for us. He's a great guy. He was in the he's in the bourbon world. He loves bourbon. He's starting to learn bourbon. So he's just a great guy. So
I think it's so cool because there's lots of whether the ability to do that with AI. That wasn't AI. That was the guy.
No, that's not AI. That's
so cool.
Literally, Jason has a studio in his basement, and we met through different social medias, and we were talking about it, and he goes, "Send me what you guys want." So I sent it to him. He kind of made some of it his own, but we've got some other links too that he's done for us. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's amazing because now I'll be watching commercials and be like,
"That's the guy."
There's Jason, right?
Yeah.
So it's very cool. So so guys, what's your week consisted of?
Well, I've been on top of working here, remodeling a house, and I'm getting ready to move, and it's been a lot. I hate painting. God, I've done nothing but paint for the last 3 days, so it's awesome. I'm having a great time. I have a bottle of whiskey there. I haven't smoked a cigar in 2 days, so I'm ready to smoke a cigar.
Imagine you're Jones a little bit because you smoke a couple a day.
Yeah, I'm usually like 4 or 5 a day. But I haven't had one in 2 days. So my palate is fresh.
So what whiskey are you drinking on this week?
I've been drinking the Holiday Soft Red Wheat bottle and bond. So nice. I brought a bottle over there, and at 3 a.m. I'm drinking whiskey and
painting,
listening to good music and painting trim. It's awesome.
So are you painting the house you're moving into, or are you painting the house you're leaving?
I'm painting the house I'm moving into.
Okay. All right.
And then when I get into this new house, then I'm painting the house that I'm getting out of. So I have a lot of painting in my future.
And painting, I'll be honest with you, painting's the worst for me.
It's the worst. I hate it.
It's the worst for
Oh, I
me.
love painting.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So, what about
That
you,
makes
Heath? What you
sense.
going?
Yeah, just work. Work's been busy, obviously with the weather and that kind of stuff. But I am working on making my own simple serves for a couple drinks. So that's what I've been working on lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See,
So-
we're gonna have a future live where we're gonna have a little drink competition. I will tell you right now, I'm gonna lose. But you know what? I'll get to drink yours
I'm
and
in.
yours.
I'm ready.
Well,
I'm ready.
that's kind of what you do, right? So, but no. So Tanner, you're gonna have to come down at some point. I mean, you know, it's kind of a big full circle because, you know, I met Tanner here at an event, and Tanner actually introduced me to you. He says, "You got to meet this guy," and that's the night that it started, right?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we did that event that night. So yeah, I just been working, and I spent some time down with my youngest son and a friend of his. They were supposed to join tonight, so if they're not if they're not on, they're in trouble, right? So they promised me they'd be on. So. Well, let's you know, we've got some notes here and some things about 10th Mountain Whiskey, right? It's not tonight, it's not just about you know, the bourbon, but it is about the bourbon and the cigar, right? But just a little history, right? So I mean I know I wrote the notes up, but I mean I'm the guy that talks a lot. So, you know.
Yeah, I was enjoying doing some research on 10th Mountain Unit and I don't even know if unit's the right word. I'm not from the military.
Yeah, I mean,
is it unit? Is that?
well, they are
It's
units,
gonna make me
right?
sound really stupid on camera, but
No, I mean, no, I mean they're units. And
all comments are welcome. Yeah, I mean,
detachments and things like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? So,
Right.
I mean, it's not just, you know,
Division. There we go.
division.
There we go.
So it's not just,
10th Mountain.
you know, 10th Mountain isn't just about, hey, you know, it's a cool name, right? I mean,
yeah.
it's got a lot of history. It goes back to
so
World
where
War
is
II.
10th Mountain Division out of? Is it out of Colorado?
Well, it started in, what did I say? In 1944, it started up in Colorado.
Okay.
So,
Well, wasn't it? Okay, so it was also in. Is it currently in New York?
it's currently,
and
so it was,
Louisiana, right?
it was a division that was created for World War II,
Mhm.
and it was created for extreme mountain locations, and you know, so they go into battle and higher mountain elevations and skiing, you know, and they so if you look at their emblem, right, they not only carry a weapon, but they also have skis,
Yeah.
right?
That's cool.
So they were created, and they actually deployed into World War II.
Northern Italy.
In all Italy. I think
Yeah.
their entire time was in Italy, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, they trained, you know, traveling on skis, snowshoes, you know, and you
Rock
know,
climbing, mountaineering. I mean,
yeah, and sleeping in snow devoid of tents. So you know, I mean, they were trained to, uh, in those extreme temperatures because I know, you know, if you've watched Band of Brothers, right? I don't know if any of you guys watch
Yeah.
Band of Brothers. There's that one whole division that is all about. They were in the snow, right? And forever they were dug in the snow, and it
Yeah.
was just so you know these guys could get around a little bit easier than you know these guys been over for a while. They're in boots and their feet are freezing, and so this division was based off of that, right?
well, and it was a response to Finland. Finland fought against, well, it would be the Soviet Union at the time. Fought against them, and vastly outnumbered, but because they had experience of being in the mountains and the Russians didn't, they struggled. And so the whole idea behind the 10th Mountain and the mountaineering unit division was to give us that advantage. So, yeah.
All right.
Fort
so
Drum, yeah.
Fort
So-
Drum. Okay.
So I do know that you're right on the Louisiana. So I do know that the division was defunct at some point, right? They closed the division,
Mhm.
but they opened it back up in Fort Drum
Mhm.
and also Louisiana, because I know that they were deployed into Afghanistan and somewhere else during the war, the early war. You know, the Desert Storm and things.
I think they're one of the most utilized units out there. I mean, I think that they've been in everything since they've.
I mean, I was in the military, so they're kind of like me, right? They're badass, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that, right?
Badass for sure.
But
Yes.
no, they were, like they were part of the greatest generation of men. That's these guys were tough. The training was
Most
tough.
deployed division over the last 30 years.
That's what I
Huh.
thought. Yeah.
Wow,
And
Interesting.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. Yeah.
crazy, right? I mean, that's cool because on the bottle you got the soldier on there. It kind of represents that, right? So it's not just a bottle with a cool name, right? It's history, right?
Yeah.
It's U.S. history, right?
So I'm glad you guys talked about this because I think people would miss this if they don't know what it is. They would
Oh,
miss
100%.
and just
Like it's
kinda
a really
You look at
long
the
gun,
bottle,
Yeah,
you
right?
wouldn't have
Yeah.
any idea.
I mean, they're just carrying like so. Yeah,
They're carrying a gun and they're carrying skis,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
yeah.
they're again they live in the harsh environments, and they're tough guys. I mean, they were over there even when I read something about where they were over there with World War II, and even when it was over, right? I mean, a lot of the groups that were surrendering to this group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Sipping with Rich is here.
sipping with Rich.
What's up?
Rich, hey, welcome. Thanks there, bud. Glad you joined. Rodney's here too. Rodney's here. Again, these are kind of our guys that help support us and help, as when we're at the lower level in the basement, right? There's a lot of bottles that will contribute to those guys right there, right?
I
So,
don't know if that'll be
but
in view or
you know,
not.
is that in focus? Can you see? Is that in focus, Nick? That bottle we put there. So we want to make sure you can see we want to make sure you see the bottle, right? The bottle's super
Is that
cool.
better?
I mean, there's no doubt about it. The bottle's super cool. Better, Nick?
Let's crack it open.
Yeah. So let's definitely crack it open, and
I'm ready.
We can kind of talk about it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, they're actually in Gibson, Colorado.
Ah,
So, they started. Ryan went through I can't, I'm going to talk to this, but not
Thank you.
exactly. But I know Ryan started this. He was in a moonshine university, right, to learn how to do this. So that's kind of cool.
that's
If I'd have
pretty
known there was a moonshine university, I'd have went back to school, right? So
So the mash bill on this is 75 corn, 20 rye, and 5% malted barley.
but, I mean, they have a lot of other spirits, not just bourbon, right? I mean,
Okay.
they've got other spirits
They've
too.
got rye, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So the nose says medium sweetness with hints of vanilla, oak, and hint of honey.
it's definitely sweet, right? On the nose, it's definitely sweet.
What does this bottle retail for? I should have looked that up. I didn't look it up.
So I brought in a bottle one time, and I was like, "Hey, let's
Live
reach
from
out."
Ashton Anvil in Gardner,
I don't
Kansas.
remember,
It's Bourbon Bros
what it retailed
KC.
for.
Yeah.
Now,
You
I know
can
a
you
lot of
find
their
it- you find it locally?
so no,
Not
so
in
a lot of their
Kansas. Okay.
distribution,
Just Colorado.
is not in less states, so they do a lot. You can buy this online. Right?
Oh, okay.
You can find this easily
Alright.
online, and I say something like that. People are like, "Oh, you can only buy it online." Who doesn't like to sit in their house in a pair of short pants, watching TV, and have a ding dong at the door? And I mean that by a doorbell. That
Can you ship this to Kansas though? For people viewing, I'm just wondering because Kansas has weird laws. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that this was at one point available on the shelf in Kansas.
Okay, all right.
But
it was also in Missouri.
not. Okay, it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, in fact, I bought my bottle in Kansas,
bought
but
it
they
in
said
Kansas.
it was the last bottle that they had.
They can ship.
They can ship to Kansas. So, I mean, who doesn't want someone to show up at their door, hand them a bottle of bourbon, and you can just go back to your couch and drink, right? I mean,
That's a pretty good plan.
that's a pretty good plan, especially at $59.99, right?
Yeah. All right, on the nose. It's cinnamon.
Very cinnamon, very sweet,
Sweet, yeah, for
very
sure.
fruity, cinnamon for sure. I mean, that's a big. Trying to find that honey, right?
I get a little bit of the honey. When you said it out loud, then
Yeah, that's a lot of times. That's what I find. I'm like, I can't figure that out. I can't figure that out. And someone will say something and be like, "There it is," right?
It's a lot of vanilla for me. I'm getting a lot of
A
vanilla.
lot of vanilla. It's good. It's great
Yeah.
on the
So,
nose.
so it's 92 proof if we
It-
haven't said that.
It reminds me of like being outside on a fall day, right? It's got that. I don't know what it is. It's different than what I would normally get, like what I get on the nose of a lot of the other
Yeah.
bourbons. It's like being outside in my flannel shirt,
Yeah.
walking through the woods, kind of on a fall day. It's got that earthiness.
Yeah.
Live from Ashen
Tanner, you're
Angle
gonna
in
have
Gardner,
to, you're gonna have
Kansas.
to wear like a,
It's
a
Bourbon
delivery
Bros
outfit, though, right?
KC.
That'll be a requirement. So if I'm gonna have to pay that service charge, you're gonna have to wear something.
He said something about ding dong, so
This is
okay.
I love the nose.
75% corn. I feel like I can smell the corn, and I don't know that that's true or not, but all right.
All right,
I'm gonna
well, you
taste
ready
it.
for the palate?
It's like,
Done and done. I don't know if it's weedy to me.
I don't think there's wheat in this. I don't think it's a wheated bourbon.
yeah.
But it's more like you're.
You definitely get the corn. I mean, it's corn heavy.
Corn heavy.
You definitely get the corn through the palate.
I'm getting the rye. I'm getting the spiced rye on the side of my palate.
It's being at the apple orchard in the fall. It's being on the hayride.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Not so much the weed, right? You're hitting that the hayride, right? You're sitting there. Maybe you got a piece of straw in your mouth, right? I mean, real sweet, real good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's fairly light on the finish. Like it's not real heavy, but it is very good. What's the proof on this? I didn't.
92.
92.
Hey, Rabbi, what did we do a voiceover? Did we go? Let me guess. It went. Oh yeah. No. Oh, we redid the intro. We just wanted to make sure
Someone's paying
you
attention.
didn't miss where we're at tonight.
Right.
Ashen Anvil in Gardner, Kansas.
This is good. I mean, it's got a good. There's not a lot of heat on the back. It's a good sip.
It's long. It's got a good finish, right?
Yeah.
Just a little hug, right? No heat, but a good hug.
I mean, I think it's a long finish. It stays
Yeah,
on the palate.
it stay there, right? It's the what's the word? You've always said it, right? And I can't ever remember it.
Long finish.
Complex.
It is complex.
Complex, right? So
It's like kettle corn. I get a little bit of like kettle corn.
oh, you know what? You're not wrong.
Being at the fair. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's a nice summer day. Fall day, late summer, early fall.
It is. It's a great. Yeah, it's definitely. You said I brought that bottle over, and you and I popped it, and we were talking to Ryan on the phone, right? So it's. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It is nutty. I know in your notes. But I actually drank a little bit before I came in today. I sampled some of this, just try to
Oh, okay. Yeah.
be thinking about it before I
Acclimate
came
yourself
in.
to it,
And I had my wife try it, and she's not a bourbon connoisseur. She doesn't like bourbon. She wants her
Not yet.
alcohol that tastes like fruity, whatever you mix it with. But she was like, "Oh, it's nutty." So
Really?
she
So
gets
she
a little
picked
bit of
that up?
nuttiness out of it. Yeah,
That's good. That's good. I mean, you want someone who's necessarily doesn't.
The
Wow.
Colorado soul.
Colorado.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know if bourbon comes to mind when you think about that, but hey.
you know something too. As I continue to look up things, right? I mean, they use local Rocky Mountain snow melt, including on their bourbon and rye, right?
Nice.
That's kind of cool.
That's
I mean,
super
you
cool.
think about it, because Kentucky talks about
There's
the water.
limestone water.
Right.
Yeah.
They talk about the water, right?
Yeah.
So the water is what does it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody's got their little, but this, that's going to be fresh water, right?
Using
Coming out of the
snowmelt,
Colorado
yeah.
snowmelt, right?
Yeah, you're not
So-
getting all that mineral content.
Yeah,
it's gonna
absolutely.
be- well, I guess they're probably, I don't know. I guess maybe this is a question for you. They're probably not taking snow and then melting it, right? They're letting the snow melt off and
Yeah.
pulling it from the river, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So you are going to get a lot of the minerals there from the mountain itself.
Yeah.
But
I think this is really good. This is a really approachable bourbon. Like, I think anybody could drink this and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, like Derrick said, there's when someone who hates bourbon drinks it, it doesn't hate it, and then picks up a note, right? That's something, right? That's a complexity of it. It shows of something that it's good to pick.
Yeah.
It's easy, right?
Yeah.
Because like my sister, she'll try it and I'll be like, oh, this is smooth and really sweet, and this is a really, really easy drinker, and she'll take a drink and her face will be like, right?
Yeah.
So if someone can do this and not have that, it's a win already.
Yeah, I
It's a
think
win
this is
already.
really approachable.
That's good. It's
Yeah.
approachable. It's something that
Oh,
somebody like me, I enjoy whiskey and I enjoy
Yeah.
the hot whiskeys, right?
Yep.
I like the higher proof stuff typically. At 92 proof, this is something that I would drink all
Yeah.
day long.
it's
But-
warm. I'm still getting that. You know, it's
Right.
still warm, but it's not like doing a hazmat where you're like, holy crap,
Yeah.
right? It's really warm.
But like
it-
what you were saying is, I think anyone that likes higher proof, this is a good bourbon to start out with, like
Right.
to start the night with. I mean,
Right.
it's really approachable, like to have on your shelf. It's really nice.
I like the hazmat stuff typically. That's what I like to
Same.
drink.
Same.
And this is something that is easy to drink.
See you, Tanner. Talk to you
See you,
soon.
Tanner.
Let's say, and let's for those who might have joined a little late, we are again, like and subscribe our channel, but for sure 10 Fountain Whiskey, they're looking for subscribers on their YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. Go and like and subscribe their channel. It's again, great. It's a great pour, right?
Yeah.
So then we're gonna pair it with a cigar, but that's so here's a question for you guys, 10th Mountain. I wrote one thing down, and we look at the bottle. So when we talked to Ryan on the phone originally, he talked about this bourbon being a blend of certain different years,
Yeah.
right? So Ryan, what's the blend on your bourbon? What's the years in the barrel in the blend?
Yeah, because the bottle shows that it's aged 2 years, but we know
But-
that's
but-
the minimum.
Well, you have to show
Right.
the minimum, right? So what's the blend on this of years, right? Again, I knew it was like over 3 different years when we talked to him on the phone.
Right.
So, this is an easy sipper.
Yeah.
This is a good sipper that you're gonna have a couple of them, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna put you to sleep.
I get a lot of like
3, 4,
earthy.
There it is.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. That's what you said earlier. Yeah.
Yep. So 3, 4, and 5. That's
Nice.
again, it's a good blend, right? You got a lot of different years in there. It's not just a young,
Right.
young bourbon.
So I'm getting a lot of like earthiness out of this. It's very. It's almost like the smell of rain.
Yeah.
It's got that. I can't remember the name of this smell of rain, but it's got that earthy sort of dry component to it. It's sort of like being in. This is gonna sound bad, but like being in a cellar, like a musty cellar.
Okay.
And,
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, I talked about kind of like the hay, and you're getting that, like you said, being out in the field, being on a hayride, right?
Yeah.
Even the aroma you get when you're sitting on hay bales going down,
Yeah.
or chewing on a piece of it, but it's good flavor. Keeps the palate hydrated.
It's full of flavor too. I mean, it's
Very complex.
It's not real hot, but it is very strong.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Strong flavor.
Well, now we'll go to the specialist here because, that's you, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
And I will say we've been doing lives from the basement or the lower level,
Mhm.
and I'm getting a little bit I don't know, I'm butthurt, let me say, because all my buddies who are like I'm good buddies with, they're like, hey, Derrick guy in the cowboy hat, he's good, man. He's really good. And I'm like, hey, I'm a little butthurt, right? But you are. I
I
mean,
appreciate that.
and we talked about before. Sometimes you're picking up notes that we're not picking up, I think, or at least me. You smoke so many cigars that you have a palate that's used to picking up different things, right?
Right. And
So-
I didn't start that way, but I, have really slowed down and thought about like when I'm smoking a cigar or when I'm, drinking coffee or,
Yeah.
a glass of wine or having a steak, I slow down and I really think about like, what am I tasting?
Yeah.
And, I started when I smoke cigars, I have a flavor wheel in front of me and it
Oh,
has all these different, we use one at your house,
Yeah.
right? So in the basement, we were using one and I have them around here in the cigar shop. And that really helps me pull out flavors. Like you said earlier, when I said, the hayride, you're like, oh yeah, I get it. Or what was
Yeah,
it? It was
I
honey
picked it
or
up right
nutty
away.
or whatever it was that
Right.
you picked up when I said it. Our brains are influenced by that. So by reading through the flavor wheel or flavored notes, all of a sudden I can start picking out these things and teaching myself how to taste them.
Sure.
So that's what I've.
Well, they have.
I'm not an expert. I don't have the greatest palate out there, but I am intentionally trying to develop my palate and pull that stuff out. So.
Well, I think that kind of stuff helps because then you understand what like cigars you like, you understand what bourbon you like, and you want to chase those that have that certain profile. Like I think that helps to understand what you tend to like more,
Yeah.
and you can try to pinpoint it, and then you can kind of go after those bourbon cigars, whatever you're searching for,
Sure.
versus just randomly trying stuff and then I don't like this or I don't like that. You can start chasing the stuff you really like.
Yeah.
Or like who knows, on a night you want something different, so
Right.
you look for something different. So.
Well, they even have where you can go buy those kits for like bourbon, right? And it has all the most of all the notes that you're going to pick something up in, and you can start to you start to train, right? You'll smell something and then you'll know because again, when you drink it, it's at the tip of your tongue. You're like, oh, I know what that is, but until someone says it, right?
Yep.
So I think part of that is educating yourself. Smelling these things, knowing, oh, this is vanilla. This is
black pepper.
This is exactly
white
right.
pepper.
So
this is red pepper.
I mean, I've thought about investing in one of those just to try to pick up those notes, right?
Right.
So yeah. Well,
let's talk about the cigar.
Yeah.
Let's absolutely talk about the cigar.
All right, so we're gonna smoke a cigar tonight by Room 101 Cigars. Room 101 is one of my favorite brands, honestly, especially this farce line. The farce line, there's 5 different cigars in the line from Connecticut to Maduro. And then they also have a Nicaraguan Puro, which I really like a lot. But this is the Habano. This is the farce not the farce Nicaragua. This is the farce Habano by Room 101 Cigars. Room 101 is actually owned by one of the major cigar companies out there called General Cigar. But I don't know what to call him. He's not the owner of the company, but like the face behind the company, the guy behind the blends, the brains behind this company.
Yeah.
His name is Matt Booth.
Okay.
He's a Marine, so he's a. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a veteran.
Okay.
And he was a Marine who went into Asia and kind of fell in love with Asian culture. So if you have smoked his stuff before, you see like the labeling and the boxes and the special edition stuff.
Yeah.
It is very, I don't know, it's kind of that Asian American
influenced
design stuff.
Yeah.
He started off as being a jeweler.
Oh, okay.
When he got out of the military, moved to Los Angeles and started getting into jewelry and came out with his own custom jewelry. And that sort of led him into cigars.
Jewelry into cigars.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty common.
Really?
There are Michael Herklots with, God dang it, I'm blanking on the name of his cigars. Anyway, there's multiple jewelers in the cigar company. It started off with the jewelry company, and then it become cigar people.
Huh.
Perry Otego, that's his company, who's now owned by Davidoff, which is kind of interesting. So anyway, cool brand, cool cigars. And I picked this cigar because it's medium bodied. It's not super heavy. It's strong enough that I think it's going to hold up well to this whiskey, right? This is a full flavored, I would say medium bodied whiskey. And I think that this cigar here matches that. It's a full flavored, medium bodied cigar, right? It's not going to be real dark. It's not going to be super heavy. It's not going to be those coffee, chocolate, leather notes that you get out of the real dark cigars typically. But it's also not super creamy and really light and like a shade grown cigar. So this is sort of middle of the road as far as strength goes. But I think the flavor here is going to work really well. When I smoke this, I get, well, we'll see what we get together, but I get a lot of like rye, bread, sort of like a cinnamon and allspice kind of thing going on with it. I think will pair well. A nuttiness. So we'll see. I have not smoked this cigar with this whiskey before.
So what is where's the leaf from? Or where's?
It's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. It is a Indonesian binder and a 3-country blend in the filler. So it's Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Pennsylvanian.
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
So, yep. They grow a lot of cigar tobacco in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I got my job. There's a lot of tobacco in that Northeast, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of tobacco because I deal with them.
It's the Connecticut River Valley, and that same valley crosses the state line. So when you see like Connecticut shade wrappers, typically now it's grown in Ecuador, but traditionally that shade tobacco, that light, mild, light in color tobacco would have come from the Connecticut River Valley.
Okay.
Typically it would have been Connecticut, but it crosses into
Right,
Pennsylvania as
gotcha.
well. So,
Hey Ty, welcome in. Hope you're doing well,
Ty?
buddy. Staying warm.
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm gonna do what I was taught by this master. Do a dry.
all right.
Oh wow.
So I will say I did read about this cigar as I was picking it out and kind of looking at what other people talked about their tasting notes. And Cigar Aficionado rated this in 2019 as number 22 cigar of the year. So
Wow.
in the top 25, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
in the
Right,
cigar world.
right.
And gave it a 94 rating, which again is a big rating. And one of the tasting notes that Cigar Aficionado put in their rating was ginger molasses cookies. Taste it on the cold draw and tell me it doesn't taste like a gingerbread cookie or ginger snap cookie.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
It does. I love those ginger snaps, right? Is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah.
It's just like that. Oh yeah, that's good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's what I get out of it. Is
Yeah, for sure,
gingerbread.
without a doubt.
So when I light the cigar, I'm going to toast the foot.
Same. We've been taught well.
We're going to spend an hour with this cigar. I'm going to take my time lighting it.
And Heath is gonna watch.
I am. I didn't bring my lighter, so thanks, sir.
Oh, it is mild. That first draw, it's not rye bread. It's wheat bread, and it's the crust of toasted wheat bread on the.
That's a good. Just a really good flavor.
Wow. Usually when I retrohale a cigar, again, I smoke a lot of cigars. I smoke multiple cigars a day typically. And still, when I retrohale and blow the smoke back through my nose, you have all these taste receptors in your nasal passage. And so when you blow the smoke back through your nose, you can taste a lot more. It kind of opens it up. But I usually get a little bit of burn. Not at all on this.
Zero
burn.
That's super mild. Easy smoker, right?
Yeah, I get the rye bread.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, because like I said, I like those rye, those chips, right? You eat them,
Oh
like
yeah.
shortbread chips. So and that's wow, that's good. That's a great tasting cigar.
Yeah. So what Cigar Aficionado said here was, in their review of this cigar when they rated it, ginger molasses cookie, oaky vanilla, leather, and maple cured bacon. Those are the tasting notes that they put out there. I get the leather. I understand.
I get the leather for sure.
I don't know if I can get all the way to the bacon. You get
Maple bacon.
Well, we're pretty early. I mean,
Yeah, we're really in the cigar,
I'm
right?
an eighth of an inch in. We'll see how it transitions.
I think I read on this like 3 millimeters in, you're going to hit bacon. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes.
This is me.
But they do. I thought where you were going with that was they typically blend cigars into thirds.
Right. I get it. That's the same thing. Because there are some cigars that I've been smoking and it's really spicy, and I get about an inch in, and all of a sudden, the spice is gone, and it turns to creamy, or it turns something different, right?
Yeah, the blenders typically intentionally put transitions throughout the cigar, subtle transitions. But when they're using the filler leaves, this is a 3-country blend just in the filler, right? So they've got a lot to work with, and it's not just whole leaves. They're using different parts of the leaf. You know, the tip of the leaf is going to have more strength to it,
Okay.
and so they'll break the tips off and they'll put the tips in
Ah.
certain places, or they'll orient the leaves to have the tips meeting at different points.
So that's how my
Something
question.
about-
That's my next question. I was going to ask is you talk about how it'll change, right? So basically, in the cigar, the leaf may change or how it's placed in there too,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
I
it's
got a
good.
weird tasting note just now. This was not one that I read about earlier. It was like coconut.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit of like, it's weird.
I haven't got that yet.
Copper tone sunscreen kind of thing. You know, like, yeah, I just had this like clear image in my head of like being at the beach and putting on my sunscreen.
Yeah.
Sort of had that.
I don't know. It's an easy smoke. It's, you know,
Oh, it's very well made.
yeah.
It's made in the Kellner, I think Kellner factory, which is in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And they do a lot of big name cigars. A lot of cigars in my humidor. You know, the Adventura stuff, Caldwell.
So I mean, they make just tons of stuff for everybody, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
They're the ones
Yeah.
you go to. Okay.
They're one of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're still fairly boutique-y, but
Yeah.
yeah. This cigar retails for $17.50 in our humidor. So that's with our Kansas tobacco tax and everything else added onto it.
Well, that's not. I mean, nowadays with what everything costs, right?
Yeah.
That's a decent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
it's a little higher than I think the average cigar in my humidor, but
Really?
not by much. I mean, everything has gone up. Everything has gone
Oh,
up.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, and this is that time of year. I'm pretty sure I've gotten an email from every cigar company I carry
Oh, this is that
since the
Price-
first of the
price is
year.
going up.
increase.
Yep,
Yeah.
price increase, price increase, price increase. It's that time of year.
Well, I think now let's do what we're here to do, right? Let's pair it. Do we want to pair it with this?
This is really a great cigar.
I do.
I really like
It's
this.
easy smoking, right? There's
Mhm.
no. I learned this again. This tells you that before I met you,
Mhm.
that I probably smoked a lot of crap. But we can talk about this again. If you're smoking a cigar that makes you want to spit a lot, it just hasn't been aged well, right? It's got a lot more ammonia in there.
Actually, I'm so glad you said that because on that last puff I took, I got a hint of ammonia, which typically means it's under fermented or under aged.
Okay.
So this cigar is very good. I'm enjoying it the way it is. It would probably be better if I let it sit for a year
Okay.
or 2 years. This would be one that if you're looking at aging some cigars and putting some aside,
Yeah.
this would be one that I think
Just-
just based on that last puff that I had.
Just let it hang out in the humidor for a
Just
year.
put it in the humidor.
Yeah.
Let it sit.
Yeah.
The aging process is a thing in cigars, and it's different than aging whiskeys, right? When you're aging a whiskey, you're doing it in a barrel,
Yep.
Correct.
right? Once you put it in the bottle, the aging process stops.
Done.
And that's it. I have some old bottles. Like Tanner, actually, who was on here earlier, gave me a bottle of Canadian whiskey from I think it was 1974. Which was
Really?
cool, just because it's so
Yeah.
old. But it's not like it
It got better
evolved.
over years.
It
'cause-
didn't evolve and change from 74 until 2025 when I started drinking it.
It would be cool to understand like how that tastes versus something that's made today.
Sure,
Like that-
absolutely, yeah, and it's super cool to have something
Yeah.
like that. But once you bottle it, it's done, right?
Correct. It's what it is. It is what it is.
Right. With the cigar, during the fermentation process, when the tobacco is being fermented, one of the natural byproducts is ammonia. It's building up ammonia within the leaf itself. And so then after the cigar is rolled, the fermentation's done, they set it off to the side. And depending on the cigar, it may age for 6 months. It may age for, 15 years, until they decide that it's ready. But a lot of people in the cigar world will buy cigars and put them in the humidor and intentionally age them. And actually, talking to people that come into this cigar store, a lot of them don't know why they're aging them. They just know that that's what you do.
Yeah,
You
they
buy
taste
cigars,
better,
you
yeah.
age them, they taste
Yeah.
better. The reason that is because you're letting that ammonia dissipate.
Right.
It does
So something I don't know is, so let's say cigar manufacturer says, let's let this 6 months. Is someone smoking that cigar in 6 months and saying, this is what I, okay. So same thing with,
Yeah.
with whiskey, bourbon, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you're tasting it along the way to make sure
The
and when
master
you know it hits a
blenders will
point.
be in there, and they'll be smoking them, periodically, often, until they reach that peak where they said, "This is it.
Yeah.
It's time to go." Because there's diminishing returns, right? And it's the same thing with whiskey. If you let it age too long in the barrel, it's going to totally change.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot more of the oak. You're going to get a lot more of that barrel, right?
Not to say that that's bad, but it's different than what they were probably intending on going with.
You
There's
might
a
get more
sweet spot,
tannins. You might get all
right?
kinds of stuff. Yeah.
In the cigar world, it gets better. It gets better. That ammonia is dissipating, but also the oils out of the tobacco are evaporating, and you reach that sweet spot, and then it starts to go downhill, where you start losing flavor and strength. And so,
Yeah.
So is the ammonia in the leaf when they're pulling it, or is it's afterwards and
it's
it
a
starts?
byproduct of the fermentation process.
Okay, good.
So,
Good note.
yeah.
And it's getting a good ash. It's a good tight,
Oh, yeah.
holding ash. I will tell you this. I will tell you this. It's given me a little bit of a
little head rush.
little bit of a buzz, right? I mean, it is. It's you say it's so mild, right? But there's just something, because a lot of times when I'm smoking cigars, I'm not getting that anymore, right? Because again, it's definitely given me a little bit of a buzz, a little lightheaded, right? It's good.
Well, it's not a mild cigar by any means. This is medium, maybe a little stronger than medium bodied. So it's not a super mild cigar, but it's just very clean. It's very
easy to smoke, right?
Yeah.
And it's burning just real even. It's burning good.
Yeah.
I mean, I always try to see how long I make the ash, but then I'm afraid to spill it on myself.
Yeah.
So,
I wear most of my ash anyway.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is interesting that I don't think I've ever talked about on video is if you look at this black soot line right around the ash, right on the very edge where the tobacco is actually ignited and it's burning, there's a little black.
Yes, absolutely.
I've heard it called the mascara line.
Okay.
The thinner that mascara line, the cleaner that it's burned, the less ammonia and the better aged it is. So this doesn't have a real thick mascara line, right? Not a real thick soot line there. But it's not the thinnest one I've ever seen either. So again, this is just going back to, I think this would do better with
sitting a while.
age,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's definitely doing that. So, well, do we want to
see what
it's done to the bourbon now, right? So, yeah. Cheers.
I'm gonna go back to it. Just on the nose, I feel like it's milder.
Yeah, I
definitely
agree.
milder. I mean, we've seen that too, right? A cigar will definitely, tone down the bourbon if it's got a lot of peppers or a lot of heat, right?
I'm definitely getting it's way more mild on the palate. I don't know if you guys have drank it yet.
I haven't had it yet.
I'm picking up more sweetness, more vanilla.
Holy cow!
Totally for sure.
Yeah.
I still get that familiar taste on the back end.
Yeah.
Like on the finish, it's still there, but on the palate, as
definitely
it's tongue,
smooth the palate out right out. I mean, I was picking up some of the rye, a little bit of the rye, getting that, a little bit of peppery on the side, but that's gone.
Yeah. It is, I think, a little sweeter.
Yeah.
This is a great pairing. You said you hadn't tried it yet, right?
I hadn't paired these together, but this was when I had the whiskey earlier today, and this was the cigar that kind of jumped out at me, like, oh man, this would be good.
That's really good. I mean, this is definitely one where you could, sit on the back porch, have a nice couple, 2, 3, 4 pours.
Yeah.
There's my day.
Well, and when you pair a cigar with anything, but especially with bourbon, I think you want to match. If you're drinking a real mild whiskey, then you want to go with a really mild cigar.
Yeah.
If you're drinking a really spicy rye, then I think you want to go with a spicier cigar. If you're drinking something really strong and in your face, I think you want to go with a really strong cigar that's going to pair with that.
Yeah.
And with this, being medium bodied, I think that both of these I would say are medium bodied.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think that it does work well.
And it changed the cigar. It gave me, I don't know, maybe I'm to that point of the cigar, right? But it almost mediumed out, or relaxed the cigar a little bit, right, on the flavor.
I get now out of the cigar, I'm getting a little bit of floral note. Like,
Oh
like
yeah.
a bouquet of lilac almost. Right? It's that. I've got lilac bushes in front of my house, and every spring it smells so good. I'm kind of getting a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Well, I was at again. I was visiting my other son, and there was a big bouquet of flowers, those big white flowers that pop out with the brown type. I don't know what those are called, but
The
I'm getting
lilies?
that, huh?
Like the
Like,
lily?
like a lily. I'm kind of getting that right on the cigar.
Right. Actually, I get it on the whiskey now too. Go back to that, and it's there's a floral note.
You're getting
to
a floral to it.
Right. It's not like a super sweet floral, but I don't know, maybe It's not really vegetal. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like chewing
Definitely,
on a leaf
it's
or something. But
again, it definitely changes it, but it wasn't bad to begin. But it's good.
yeah,
I really like this.
Yeah, this is a good pairing.
Have we had a bad pairing yet?
hope not.
That's on the middle
I
guy
don't
with the
know.
cowboy hat.
Go back and watch these. See if we had a bad pairing.
Hey, and all my buddies that said the cowboy hat's the best guy, we'll have to figure that one out, right?
What are we going to be? I know we're not to that point in the schedule yet, but what are we giving away tonight?
So yeah,
Do you wanna
we're not-
preview this and
yeah, we'll
show it
preview
off?
that. So something that they sent us also.
So sweet.
These are cool. I mean,
Yeah.
these are pistol pours, right? So you put them in the end of your bottle, and I mean, to me, it looks like a 1911, right? But it is. I kind of don't want to.
Give it away.
Yeah, I don't want to kind of give it away, right? I'm like, oh, they didn't show up in the mail.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
it is. These are super cool, right? You put this in your bottle, and when it pours out the end of the gun. So 1911 nailed it. See,
Nice.
That's so sweet.
yeah. I mean, and it says 10th Mountain Whiskey on it. It is. These are super cool. We're gonna have to talk to Ryan, right? Because we're gonna have to. If we get an X amount of followers for 10th Mountain Whiskey on their YouTube, we definitely want a couple, Ryan, because these are fantastic. These are so cool. So,
We're giving these away, but do you sell these on your do you sell them on your website? Are they available for purchase? I'm assuming they are, right?
yeah, hopefully there's because if Ryan won't send us one, I guess we'll have to go buy
I'm gonna
one, right?
Yeah. For
So
sure.
and something else is, and these are
These are
Those are
these are
cool.
super cool. So that you can replace your cork with these toppers.
Mhm.
I will tell you what, feel that this topper is not light.
Yeah, no,
That's not plastic.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got
That's
some heft
not
to it.
plastic. That's heavy cast, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool too, because when you
I wish I knew some sleight of
Oh,
hand.
man.
so when you see that, look,
That
it's
is
showing
cool.
you he's got a gun across his back
Yep.
and he's holding
Skis,
skis,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they said
'That's cool.
1911 is what original 10th Mountain Division used as their sidearm, right?
Yeah.
So 84 years. So
Nice. And they
again,
sell them, so you can
this
go
is
go to their website if you
Yeah.
want one.
If you don't win one tonight,
Yeah.
so anybody on there is now a doc. Go fill it out, and we'll do a random when the link's over, and we'll get a hold of you, and we'll send a couple of
Nice.
these out because I'm gonna. This is one of the coolest things that
yeah,
we
Yeah.
don't want to send out. No, we're not giving anything away tonight at all.
yeah, change plans.
Because this
Yeah.
is again, this is heavy.
Yeah, that's cool.
This would be great on any shelf where you got a bottle sitting
Yeah.
up there, right? Especially if you have 10th Mountain Bourbon sitting on your shelf with a 10th Mountain bottle cap.
Yeah,
So or a pour, right? So yeah, sign up on that link, the Google form, and we'll pick some out.
I think go set up on the Google form.
Set up on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go into the Google form. But yeah, this is yeah, these are cool. So
Yeah.
very cool. 10th Mountain Whiskey again. We reached out to them, just said, hey, check out what we're doing. And we had a phone call with Ryan, and I think you and we had a call with him, and I think it was excitement on both sides of the page, right?
Yeah.
This
was fun.
This is a good one. For me, again, I was in the military, so I'm a big military guy, so I like to focus on that a lot. the history around this. Just reading about it, trying to prepare for tonight was awesome, right?
Yeah.
Because you learn, you not only learn, hey, I'm gonna be trying some bourbon, but this is it's history, right? History that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
I mean, so that makes it even cooler, right? So this is a great company that, again, they supported us in this,
Yeah.
and we're supporting them. Again, we guys, please subscribe to their channel, World Whiskey on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're getting to a point where they're trying to just grow. I think I follow them. I think it's Instagram where I've seen they'll send something out that'll be like, "Hey, join us, ask questions."
Yeah.
So you can correct me on this, and you know, you can go. It's just live questions inside there,
Oh, nice.
and you know they're answering questions about it, and it's fun, right?
That's cool.
So they're not only just creating a great pour, but you know a cool opportunity to just learn about the company. So Instagram. So yeah, it's on Instagram. So it's cool. So I've joined. I've asked some questions, and again, kind of the reason we reached out, right?
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
this will be the drink of the night for sure.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed, learning about 10th Mountain, which I didn't know anything about the division. I didn't know anything about it beforehand. But learning about it and doing a little bit of research, and one of the things that I thought was like the coolest, like aside from the military aspect, those guys came back to the U.S. and they started, what we think of the ski tourism industry, and what were it, 64 different, I think what they said, 64 different ski resorts or ski units
really?
or whatever were created by these different guys.
That's cool.
And one of the ones that was a
Really?
big one, Nike. Nike was created by a guy that was in the 10th Mountain.
Seriously.
Phil Knight was in the guy that created Nike.
I don't know who Philip Knight is. Nike was one of the ones that came up, and they were talking about how Nike was created by someone who was in 10th Mountain. So, the whole ski tourism, the backcountry tourism, Vail, where 10th Mountain is based out of.
That's cool.
It's all tied back to the outdoor lifestyle industry.
Yeah.
And Nike, not Phil Knight, but his partner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Phil Barman.
I'm going to tell you, 10th Mountain Whiskey being on tonight and being able to answer that, I don't think we've had that so far.
No, that's cool.
So I think what you guys have created and being part of this is it brings a more value to what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, because we can only talk about so much and know about so much, but there's a lot more in-depth information that we're picking up out of this. So this is this is good. We are asking that you go subscribe and like to their YouTube channel. They're on Instagram. They're on all socials.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, for me, it's not just about the pour, but the experience, the knowledge. We've paired a great cigar with it. It really does. They go very well. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Once again. So, well, again, I'll say it again. Like and subscribe our channel and 10th Mountain Whiskey. So what are we doing next? So now let's transition to we are actually taking a week off, and then we'll be back. We're going to be back here at Ash and Anvil. So if you know anything about Ash and Anvil here in Gardner, Kansas, this place is spectacular.
Thank you.
Here we're in the cigar lounge where you can bring in your own bourbon, your own whiskey, whatever you want to drink, your own cigar, or you can walk into a beautiful humidor where they have a lot of craft cigars, a lot of cigars that you may not find somewhere else, but they're amazing. And in fact, you can walk in here and one of the guys will walk up to you and hand you a cigar because he's not only a patron here, they're also they're cigar owners, right?
So brand owners and reps of different companies. This is a place to hang out.
But then if you don't want a cigar, right next door there's a speakeasy here, which is called the Forge.
The Forge. Yep.
Great speakeasy. It's cool. Hey, and don't write this down. Joe sent you. Okay, so Joe sent you. And then not only that, then you go in there. It's the ambiance of being like in a speakeasy.
1920s, you know,
Yeah.
speakeasy, yeah.
But then you go out back, and there's called the
Bellows.
Bellows.
Right.
The Bellows is an outside bar.
Yeah.
You can get served. It's you can sit down. You got Adirondack chairs to sit in.
Fire pits. Stage. We do a lot of live music.
Yeah.
Movie nights.
Cornhole.
Yeah.
I mean, everything. Sit around a fire pit.
Karaoke nights, comedy shows, you know.
Yeah, and it's awesome. They'll come and they'll serve you right in the chair you're sitting in around your fire pit. A lot of different types of drinks. You can get a beer all the way to, you can get a specialty drink like a bourbon slushy that was created by this guy, which is
pretty good.
It's kind of one of my favorites, right?
Yeah.
So
it's pretty good.
But we are on our next live on the date is
February 11th.
Wow, look at that.
All right.
February 11th.
Glad you rememred.
Because I didn't. February 11th, we're going to take a bullet.
Yeah, pre-bottled cocktails.
Pre-bottled content of their old fashioned
whiskey sour
and Manhattan. And what we're going to do is we are going to blind what the Forge makes, and we're going to blind them versus what comes in the predetermined, right? And is it, do you have to always go out to a bar to get a great one,
right?
Or can you sit at home and have one, right? Now, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the Forge wins it all, right? But how good is something that's pre-mixed versus there?
I'm hoping that the bullet stuff is really great, and
right. I mean,
I'm hoping that it pushes me to
sit at home. No,
not to sit at home, but to make my drinks even better. But I am very proud of my drinks. I think that we've done a good job of creating some really great drinks next door, and I am excited to go head to head with Bullet.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun. We'll have a really good time. So, again, I'll say it again because I've been saying it the whole time. Like and subscribe, and get a notification that when we go live, you can see that. And also, 10th Mountain Whiskey. Go check out their page. They've got a great page. Their YouTube. They're very interactive with people that are joining. Like I said, on other socials, right? So, without a doubt, this has been. It's been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of things, but this has been one of my favorites to try and pair for me. So, and my throat's starting to get itchy because I'm talking so much because you guys just keep staring at me. But that's not normal at all, is it?
No, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. So, and again, anything you guys got going on? Anything good?
Well, so we're doing the bottle cocktails. And the following week after that, we'll be pairing Toscano cigars.
Oh,
I'm super excited with that. Toscano will be pairing with. Oh my gosh!
We're pairing with Boot Hill.
Boot Hill. Yeah.
So now the Boot Hill we're pairing with. It's a Kansas bourbon.
Yep.
And whiskey. They're
100% Kansas product.
Yeah, they're out of Dodge City.
Yep.
And they are. I think they're going to be here.
They will be here. We will have people from the distillery here, and we will have the brand ambassador from Toscano Cigars here, Michael Capolini.
Those are such good cigars.
We're gonna have to get a bigger table. We're gonna have to scoot the camera back a little bit because we're gonna have some real big names in the industry, both in the whiskey industry and the cigar industry, here with us.
Yeah. So, and I think if I can remember, the bottle we're going to be trying is a brand new bottle that they're going to be releasing.
Right.
So it'll be like a bottle release, right? So Cowboy Whiskey.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that.
Is Cowboy Cigars. So
it's perfect pairing.
It's the perfect pairing.
Yeah. It's those cigars are. You've got me. I'll tell you what. Some of the guys, if they're not on here, they'll watch this.
Mm-hmm.
I took some of those Toscano cigars to Atlanta with me, and they were ripping them out of my hand.
They're so good.
And
so good.
even the shorts, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm going to smoke this in 5 minutes, and it literally took like an hour to smoke this small cigar blunt.
Yeah, it's deceiving.
It's
people see it and they're like, oh, that's it doesn't look like your traditional premium cigar, but it is absolutely a premium
That's
cigar
awesome.
with a rich history, a great history. Again, sort of tied to not the U.S. military, but the Italian military.
Cool.
It's a very cool company that I'm excited to share with
Yeah,
you guys
we'll-
and to share with all of our viewers.
So we'll or Heath would say our viewer.
Yeah.
No, but we're excited. We appreciate you joining tonight, whoever joined.
Yeah.
And again, we're at Ashton Anvil in Gardner, Kansas, Bourbon Bros KC, 10th Mountain Whiskey. I'll tell you what, don't pass. It's definitely a good pour. It's definitely worth it, versus, you going out and you're looking for these, what do they call them with the
Unicorns.
unicorns
Yeah.
that'll cost you a couple $100. And this,
It's great.
there's no need to, right?
Well,
There's
and
no
like
need
don't let the 2-year fool you. Like
to.
a lot of people will pass it because that has a 2-year age statement. So
but
don't
that's
let it
not,
fool
that
you,
doesn't
like,
mean that's
so-
what's in the bottle.
Exactly. So it's a really good bourbon. Don't pass it up. I mean, for what was the MSRP? $59.99. So yeah, it's a good. I mean, that's pretty much what any bourbon costs today.
Right.
So I mean, it's a really good bourbon for that.
Yep. Solid choice.
Without a doubt. And it pairs well with a cigar. So, we appreciate you guys. You've been more generous to us. Hopefully some of you have signed up for, to be in the random draw for the 1911. If no one signs up, that means we get taken.
Let's stop talking about it now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah, let me
again,
sign up.
great stuff, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
cool.
super cool. This would look super cool in anybody's
Yeah,
bar, right?
absolutely.
Anybody's bar. So, well, gentlemen, anything else?
No, I think this is great.
Well, good night tonight. It's about an hour, so
Yeah.
we sure appreciate everybody and continue to join us, and we'll just continue to educate, learn ourselves, and talk through it.
Yeah.
And hey, we'll finish with this. Don't forget, it's just not about the pours, but the bond it creates. Happy pours.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.